Introducing Lost to the Headlines, a news bulletin highlighting news stories reported but almost forgotten. Chairman, Senate Committee on Constitution Review, Senator Ovie Omoagege, says the much-awaited zonal public hearing on the review of the 1999 Constitution will hold from May the 26th to May the 27th. Omoagege, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Yomi Odunuga, in Abuja, said the event will hold simultaneously across 12 state capitals with 2 public hearings per geopolitical zone. The national public hearing is expected to hold in Abuja. As I don't hear am now, review constitution, save the dates. Not be only Ashonebi matter, una go dey save date. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, says President Buhari has approved new security measures tailored to address security challenges in the southeast and south-south geopolitical zones of the country. Baba, while disclosing this to State House correspondents after a meeting of the National Security Council presided over by President Buhari at the Villa this week, said details of the new tactics will not be made public. It's a secrecy something. Meanwhile, let's say Igbo leaders don't tell government, say, no carry special commando enter our side. I think you're hearing me now. It's all right. A suspected drug baron and former vice chairman of Lagos Island East Local Council Development Area, Kehinde Sakiru, has been arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency at the Murtala Muhammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. He has been on the wanted list of the MM1A command of the agency in connection with a case involving one Aziz Adeni Ibrahim, who was arrested with 6.45 kilograms of cocaine in December 2020. That is to say, no be all Oga Bros pure. This one carry white powder. The long arm of the law, however, caught up with the wanted baron last week while trying to board a Virgin Atlantic airline flight to London at the Lagos airport. At the point of his arrest, Kehinde Sakiru was caught with a kilogram of cocaine concealed in 5 pairs of palm slippers parked inside his suitcase. I call this stepping on wealth. It's all right. About 15 hoodlums attacked the office of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in Ohafia local government area of Abia State this week. The attack came barely 24 hours after the Independent National Electoral Commission office in the same location was burnt down by yet-to-be-identified persons. A source says the attackers probably wanted to free detainees but met empty cells as they headed straight to the agency's detention facility after gaining entry. Then do them. April Fool, go to school, tell your teacher. You don't miss them. The Ali Moibi Balogun family of the Oduegiri town in Eredo Local Council Development Area of Lagos State have petitioned the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the Inspector General of Police, appealing for their intervention to reclaim their land from some herdsmen. Here, for here. The family says they petitioned the governor after the police in Noforija Ekpe allegedly branded them as suspects after they complained that their farmland had been invaded by herdsmen who also threatened to wreak more havoc on the community. When I read this story this week, if I tell you say fear not catch me small, I lie. Because see Lagos see Ekpe now, so that you even can't threaten on top of the matter. Who am I? And over 12 cows were struck dead by lightning this week in Urodo Ovo community of Etiop East Council area of Delta State. A source said some herders were grazing their animals on a farmland when the lightning struck. The frightened herders reportedly took to their heels when the lightning struck, but later returned. It was gathered that the bellies of the cows were swollen as they died. The incident happened after a brief rain. But farm owners in the area reportedly had a protracted face-off with the herders, warning them to stop grazing their cattle on their farmlands. The herders did not heed to the warning. Villagers say they heard of similar lightning incidents in other places. When I remember last week's Hey Get One Oba when talk say these things they happen because say nobody they invoke the gods. I say just a sprinkle of shokpano, things go happen. Solution never enter inside this case now. Not the need talk more. And on top this security matter, while some call for the gods, this particular emir say take laws into your own hands. The emir of Muri in Taraba State, Alhaji Abbas Njida Tafida, has asked his subjects to confront kidnappers and bandits instead of running away from them. Hey, it be like saying that only you waka come, Moga. Speaking when his people paid him an Eid al-Fitr homage on Thursday, he said the criminal elements terrorizing innocent residents are few compared to the larger members of society. He challenged his people to be courageous and secure their communities. Oga, secure which community? With waiting now? Hand and stick? You see the Rambo gun, this people carry the operate. Make a novice. And for this next story, I call it Spiritual Matters Can Wait. Osun State government this week announced the indefinite closure of Inisa Town Central Mosque following the inability of the Muslim community in that town to install a new imam for the mosque. A statement by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor, Abdullahi Binuyo, says the closure is part of measures to forestall crisis. Binuyo said policemen have been deployed to ensure compliance with the closure and ban on Eid prayers, adding that the directive will be in place until a reconciliatory process towards an amicable resolution is concluded. Plenty English, meaning to say we go close the mosque until we settle. Now, this mosque was shut indefinitely to forestall further religious or communal crisis. Now, already, the mosque has recorded the death of 2 imams in quick successions. You see why I say spiritual matters can wait? Because politics don't take seat. And for this gist, it be like everybody gets right last. Parts of Peace Initiatives, a human rights group, has called on the Lagos State government to effect the unconditional release of Reverend King, as well as grant him amnesty. Una sabi who Reverend King be, I think. It's all right. The group made this request in a letter to the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, titled Amnesty and Unconditional Release of Condemned Man of God, Reverend King, at Maiduguri prison. They also condemned the imprisonment of the Lagos-based cleric, describing it as injustice. Reverend King was condemned to death in 2006. The group has described his continued incarceration as a grievous injustice against humanity, citing that over 7,000 members of Boko Haram, who killed millions of Nigerians, were granted amnesty by the Nigerian government. You see why I talk say last, you be like everybody gets right after all. I'm Onyi Sunday, and those are stories lost to the headlines this week. Join us Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. on 99.3 for stories others forgot to tell you. Aproko walk no go kill me last.